All right, well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our new consultant training this evening. I've got a bunch of information to share with you, but hopefully it'll go really quickly. Please feel free to interrupt and ask questions at any time. That's why we are here. My name is Rachel Hanson. I'm in Wisconsin. I know it says Claudia Bazar right there, but we're using her account so that we can get everything recorded and have the same number every week. But I'm Rachel Hanson. I'm a director out in Wisconsin. I too am on Donna Landy's team. We've got Donna and then Claire Dolger and then myself, just so you guys know where I fit in our little family. All right, so I would love for you guys, if you have it handy, to bring out your My Recipe for Success booklet. And make sure you keep this tool handy with you all the time. Keep it on your desk where you see it, keep it with your calendar, refer to it a lot, because using this little Bible will really help you get started. Jennifer is totally lost. She can't find it. It's okay if you can't find it. But we're going to refer to this a lot. So I want to do some real quick introductions. We kind of did that as you guys were logging on. I'd love to know a little bit about your family, your background, your occupation, maybe some outside interests of yours, why you're here. Share a little bit about you with us. Casey, would you like to start?
I am a stay-at-home mom, and I have two girls. One is 10, one is 17, and I'm just looking to earn a little more money and maybe pay off some bills and have some interaction with some adults.
I can relate. Excellent. Well, we're glad you're here, Casey.
Thank you.
Jennifer, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a mother of three, 21, 18, and 6. I work full-time at a bank. My husband is getting ready to go out on double knee surgery, so we needed a little bit of extra income to recoup from that. So I decided to give this a try, and I am loving it, and hope to stay on for a very long time.
Excellent. Very good. Oh, and there's one of the kiddos.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. And Rebecca, are you still on?
I am.
Awesome. Do you want to share a little bit about yourself?
I am married. I've been married for about 20 years. I do work a full-time job at a manufacturing company. But I wanted something to kind of break the monotony because I've been there for 12 years and I wanted to do something different and get out. And I've already met a lot of really awesome people, so it's been great so far.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Teresa, I see you logged on. Hi, Teresa. Do you want to give us a quick introduction? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Teresa, and I live here on Fort Drum, and I just wanted to help supplement our income and pay off some bills that we've accumulated. So I'm trying to hit this hard and jump off running, so we'll see.
Awesome. And tell us, whose team are you on, Teresa?
Erin Velez.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. And when did you start your business?
It's been almost a month now.
Okay.
So.
Perfect. I take notes. It's nice to see where everybody comes from. Excellent. Is there anybody else that joined us through audio that we want to hear from?
Yes, this is Jennifer Smelser.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm driving, so kind of bear with me.
Fair enough. Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am Jen. I live outside Fort Drum in Calcium, New York, and I'm a mother of one little girl. She's 7 years old. And I'm actually the one that recruited Teresa.
This Teresa right here? Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Way to go, Teresa, building your team right away. So, Jennifer, when did you start?
I started last month.
Excellent. Very good. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are all on this evening. And I totally understand if you guys need to mute here and there. Oh, we have another Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Can you hear us, Jennifer? Maybe not. Hopefully you can hear us soon. We'd love to hear a little bit about you. All right. So kind of share with me, what are you guys hoping to get out of your business? Some of you, I heard you just want a little extra income. You just kind of want to get out of the house, meet new people, supplement while your husband's off work. Are there any other reasons that you guys decided that now was a great time and place to join Pampered Chef? Or did we cover them all? We got them? Excellent. Excellent. Well, I have a very similar story to some of you. I started my business about 4 years ago. I had a 3.5 month baby boy at home, and I had just been laid off from my full-time job a week before he was born. And so I wanted something part-time. I wanted to be home. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom so bad. So it was really a nice blessing to have that opportunity given to me. But we also lost half of our income when that happened. So we wanted something that I could do part-time, but without having to get, a daycare all the time, or without me having to be tied down to every evening and every weekend, which you would get in retail or restaurant work. My husband and I decided I would give this a try and see what happens. And he actually told me, he said, okay, that's fine. You can try it, but you're not allowed to quit until you make back what you spent on your kid, which is fine. I more than doubled it at my very first show. And I took him on our first incentive trip. Our first trip was to San Diego. And after that, he was like, yeah, you're just going to earn trips every year. You're not going to miss out on this again. This is amazing. And we are headed to Atlantis this weekend, just him and I, leaving both little boys at home. So we're pretty excited. So that's why I started. Just wanted a little extra income. I'm still here because I absolutely love what I do. I love it. I love being home with my kids, but I love getting away from my kids. Those of you who are parents can understand. It's sometimes nice to get away and have adult conversation and hang out with adults and meet other women and sometimes meet other men. It's really, really great to get out. The income has been fantastic. My first couple of paychecks, were a couple $100 here and there that helped, have a date night, let me go buy a new shirt or a dress that I needed without feeling guilty that I was spending my husband's money. But now my take-home pay is almost matching my husband's. And my last paycheck was $4,000 for the month. And last month I only left the house a couple of times. I think it was like 6 or 7 times. I had cooking shows, and I do a lot of virtual parties as well. So I have a healthy balance of both and a growing team. And it's awesome. It's really great. And I love it. My husband travels for work. He's actually in Taiwan right now giving a presentation for his job. And I am able to be home with my kids who went to bed. And now I'm here with you. So it's really amazing what this company can do for us and for our families. So I want you guys to think about, as we're talking this evening, dream and dream big. Like, I never really thought about when I started, what's really possible. I didn't think about what this business really could turn into. I really thought about it as just a part-time little bit of income thing. And after my first recruit fell into my lap, my director said, you could be a director. You could have more. This is what you could have. And I said, okay, let's go for it. And now I don't stop. Anybody who knows me knows that I just don't stop. I keep going and going and dream bigger and bigger. And if you're unaware, we have a new CEO as of, just about 2 years ago now. Tracy Britt-Cool joined us. And she's amazing. 32-year-old woman with the biggest brain I've ever seen in somebody. She's got so many brilliant ideas. She was Warren Buffett's right-hand girl for many, many years and worked for him. And she's just a genius. And she has been coming up with some really great ideas and taking our company in a really, really beautiful direction. And so when people say that Pampered Chef is a ground floor opportunity, yeah, we've been around for almost 36 years, but it really does feel like a ground floor opportunity again, because we're so new and fresh and coming up with all of these great new products. We're right on trend, super trendy right now. The fall lineup of products is even better than what we already have, which I just can't even fathom. But you're in the right place at the right time. You really, really are. And anybody that you know that is looking for something that one of you was looking for, this is the time and this is the place to be. So you guys all know Claudia, or you've at least maybe heard of Claudia, heard of Donna. Claudia is also making, $4,000, $6,000 every month. Donna makes about $10,000 every month. Those first couple of paychecks are a couple $100s, but think, like, what would you do? What would you do if your paychecks were $4,000 a month? Someone share, what would you do with that money? If all of a sudden you make $4,000. What's that?
Well-needed vacation.
Yes, totally with you. What else?
I would just help pay off our bills. We both have student loans that we need to pay off.
And how would that feel to get those paid off?
It would be nice, very nice.
What else would you guys do with that money? Extra $4,000.
Pay for kids' college.
Go to college?
Pay for the kids' college.
Pay for the kids' college. Excellent. Wouldn't that be a wonderful gift to have your parents be able to pay for that for you?
Be awesome.
That'd be great. Now, what would you do? What if that number was $10,000 a month? College would be paid for, in like 2 months. That sounds great. School loans, pay those off quick. What would you do after that? After you've saved up for college, paid off loans, what would you do next? That vacation, that's a stellar vacation for $10,000. What would you do next?
Build a deck.
I would buy a house.
Build a deck, is that what you said?
Yes.
Build a deck, buy a house. Excellent. What else?
Savings.
Yeah.
Savings.
Is there something you
Yeah.
want? Is there anything in particular you want to save up for?
Retirement.
Yeah.
Retirement? Yep,
No
I need to
vehicle.
get What else?
I'd probably try to help my parents. They're
Awesome.
both retired.
I would be paying off my parents' medical bills.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Jennifer and Teresa, how would you guys feel if you were able to pay off all of your own debt and then help your families, help your parents pay off theirs and live a comfortable retirement? How would that feel to be able to do all of that?
That would be awesome because they've helped us,
Yeah.
me and my husband, so much in the beginning of our relationship and our time together that it'd be nice to pay that back.
Hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. I'd like to pay my parents back for all the time they've let us use at their cottage. So,
Well, that would
Be
be
good.
nice. Awesome. My husband's dreaming too. He wants a Mustang, so that's next on our list.
Yeah.
What's really
1964 Mustang.
Oh, see, that you got that all figured out too. Apparently, we need a 2017 blue. So, but what's really great is when you have that spouse or your partner or close friend or family member that helps with those dreams. My husband having this dream. Yeah, it's kind of funny that he wants me to work my business to buy him a car, but he's also so supportive of my business, and he knows that I can grow to the point where I can buy him that car. That's the goal. And now I have a year to do it, he says. That timeline keeps shortening. So
how many shows do you do a week or a month?
how many shows do I do? I aim for about 6 to 8 cooking shows every month. So I leave the house about 2 nights a week. And then I try to do a few virtual shows. Somewhere between 6 and 10 a month is my plan, my goal. And I'm sorry?
Total? 6 to 10?
Well, 6 to 10 virtual parties in addition to my 6 to 8 cooking shows.
Is it easy to run them concurrently?
Yes, I think it's easier. So I like to do like 2 rounds, like have 1 round start the 1st of the month and 1 round start the 15th of the month. And I run my parties for 10 days. So if I have 15 days, that gives me a couple days to get everything closed up after the party is over for both of those rounds. I have been known to start some of them in the middle, but doing them so that they all land on the same day for me is a lot easier, for sure. For sure. I love it. All right. So if you
are you the host? Or I guess actually the invited people are the host. That's correct, right?
Yep. So like if you and I chatted and you were interested in hosting a party, but for whatever reason, timing wasn't really good, you've got a lot of busy things going on with your kids, or, all those reasons that people talk about, all the reasons you go to no for hosting a party, all the excuses, my house is too small, my friends are busy, I'm busy, I don't have money to buy ingredients. All of those reasons are great reasons to have a virtual party, because we run it for, like I said, I do mine for 10 days. It's your business. You can do it how you want. But I run mine for 10 days. So that means everybody has 10 whole days to log on at any time and check out the product and get their order in. And everybody I know checks Facebook at least once every 10 days, right? So if not 10 times a day, let's be honest. But then, so say you say I'd like to host a party. So this is your party. I do all the posting. I ask you to interact and be active on the show, commenting, liking, tagging friends, posting yourself, whatever. The more interactive your host is, the more successful the party is going to be. But yeah, I do all the posting and my host is there interacting, and then all the orders go under my host's name, and then that host gets all the rewards.
Awesome.
So, Teresa, I remember those days. Fun times. All right. So if you have your Recipe for Success book, I want you to take a look at page 7. Okay. Page 7 has you starting to think about your goals for your business. Okay. Now, do you guys remember, do you know what is the average guest sales for a Pampered Chef show right now?
450.
It used to be 450. That was a few years ago, and they actually recalculated the numbers. So what is it now?
600.
600, exactly. Good work. So what is that, like a 33% increase? That means our parties, the average party has gone up 33% in the last, I think the last number was like 2012. So just in the last 3 to 4 years, that's how much business has grown for each individual party. And that's where our company is going. So you want to think about the average party. Okay. So if the average is $600, that means as a new consultant, you're making $120 at every party, right?
Okay.
20%. So you want to figure out your monthly target. Start out with how much money would you like to be bringing in every month? What is your goal? Okay. So think about that. Write it down. All right. And if you're going to get that money just on sales alone, you want to take that number, divide it by $120, because you get $120 for every show, and you will figure out how many shows you need to be doing every month to earn that minimum of what you want coming in every month. Now remember, you also, when you have people join your team, the larger your team grows, the more income you're going to have, because we get overrides on our team members. So that's something else to take into consideration. One of the best ways to up that paycheck is to have some people on your team and to start growing that team and work for directorship. So another goal you can write down is, how many new consultants do you want to join your team every month? What is your target goal? All right. And then some of the things that we just talked about, all the things that you would do with all that money, write them down, have a visual. Okay, keep it in your book, write down. And when you think of something new you want to use that money for, or something that you wish you could have or wish you could do, a place you wish you could go, write it down so you have it there as a reminder of why you're here. Because I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business, every once in a while, you need to remember why you're here. And your why is going to change over time. Absolutely. And that's okay. But I want you guys to make sure that you take a few minutes to write that down.
How many
All right.
people do you need under you to be a director?
Excellent question. 5. Magic number is 5. All right. And they don't all have to be directly under you either. So Jennifer, if Teresa joined your team, and then Teresa had 3 people join her team, now all of a sudden you have 4 people on your team, Jennifer, and you're only 1 away from directorship. But all 5 could be directly under you as well.
Okay.
Is there a question? No? Okay. Yeah, so 5 people on your team, you want team sales of at least $5,000. And the month that you go to qualify, every single person needs to put in at least 1 show, and you need to do $1,250 of those sales. And then you can qualify. And it's really not difficult to do, especially when you have people like you on your team who are excited and have really great goals. And that is why we are doing these calls weekly as well. So those new team members can come jump on these calls and get off to a really great start right away. All right, so remember there's 2 ways you can earn income with the company. Selling products, doing your shows, whether they're in person, whether they're virtual, whether somebody's taking some books and passing around work, family, friends. Doing shows will bring in some income. The other is building your team. As a director, you get extra money every month just because people are active on your team. $10 per person who's putting in shows. Plus you get overrides on their sales. Plus you get an extra percentage of your own sales. So it adds up really, really quickly. You can, a lot of higher directors, majority of their income on their paychecks comes from their team and not so much from themselves. So that's a really great transition to look forward to. That's where I'm working on getting to. All right, so it sounds like all of you are still in your first 90 days. Remember, there's a lot of really great bonuses and incentives you can get in that first 90 days. For those of you in your first 30 days still, remember when you hit $1,250 in sales in your first 30 days, there is a bonus. If you join in June, it's an extra 200 Pampered Chef dollars. May was what was May? Oh, the quick slice, right? And the pitcher, those kinds of things. Anybody here did anybody earn those new consultant rewards right away, the $1,250 in 30 days?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, great.
200 away.
I will on Wednesday when I close my show.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. You guys, not yet. You're doing it. Great. Excellent. That's a great perk. And then remember that for every $1,250 in sales you submit in your first 90 days, you get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. Now that money you can use for products, you can use for little prizes to give away, you can use for more business supplies to be making more of those host packets that you're going to need for that busy schedule. You can use it for training. Has anybody here thought about joining us at conference, or has anybody signed up?
I want to join. It just depends on babysitting.
Excellent.
I would love to go, but that's when my husband gets back from overseas. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. How long's he been overseas?
He left here in February. He's like a contractor now, so he does so many months on, so many months off, and he comes back right around the time we're supposed to leave for conference. So.
Gotcha. So you need to have some hubby time. Totally get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that. Well, for those of you who are maybe on the fence or thinking about it, one of the things that home office has told us is that they have looked at the numbers, and those people that go to conference tend to have 3 times higher sales and 3 times higher recruiting than those that do not make it to conference. So think again, go back and think about your goals. And if you've got big goals and big dreams, getting to conference will be totally, totally worth every second, and you will be forever thankful. All right. Now you can use those Pampered Chef dollars to pay for conference. That's where I'm going with that. So if you earn that first $100, you've paid for, half of conference right there. Get another $1,250 in, and now you've got $200 to pay for conference.
Where is it?
What's that?
Where is the conference?
It is near Chicago.
Oh.
Okay. And I know you guys are all East Coasters, aren't you?
Yep.
See, and I live in Wisconsin. I'm just like 2 hours away from where conference will be, so we drive down. But yeah, there's a lot of people from your area traveling. You could probably find people that are driving, or flying. You can fly with them as well. I have a guy on my team actually who in his first 90 days earned 900 Pampered Chef dollars.
Wow.
Yes. So there really is no limit. You can go out and get as much as you would like. Okay.
How do you earn Pampered Chef dollars?
So in your first 90 days, for every $12.50 in sales you submit, you will get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. Okay. After that, there are some opportunities to earn them. Every so often, there's a monthly incentive, like a sales incentive, that when you meet that sales level, you will get some Pampered Chef dollars. As a director, when you recruit people to your team and then they qualify, you get Pampered Chef dollars. When you promote to director, you get 500 Pampered Chef dollars, just boom, deposited in your account. So there are a lot of ways to continue to earn them as well. But the best way and the easiest way is in that first 90 days for every $12.50 in sales. And you will thank yourself for getting your business off to a stellar start now, earning all that money, plus having that really strong start for your business to carry you through. All right, so let's get you guys off to a very successful, strong start. I know a few of you were talking about some of the shows you already have booked. How many of you have at least 3 or 4 shows on your calendar coming up? A couple of you? Okay.
I have 3.
You have how many?
I have 3.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Is there anybody on this call that would like more shows on their calendar?
Me.
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. Well, something to think about right away when you're first starting out is to get at least 6 shows in your first 30 days. Now, for some of you, your first 30 days have passed, and that's okay. Start now. Say, you know what? In the next 30 days, I want to have 6 shows. And here's a really easy formula that you can use to get those 6 shows, okay? Right away, do a launch party for yourself. And I know a couple of you talked about you have your launch party coming up. And so you've got your cooking demo, all right? Do your live cooking show. And then do a virtual party for yourself. Because I can almost guarantee that not every single person that you know on Facebook lives nearby and is thinking about coming to your launch party live, right? And you probably did not invite all of them. But you can also do a virtual party for yourself as a launch and reach out to all of those people as well. Okay, so you've got 2 parties for yourself, right? Your live launch and then your virtual party. And you can actually use the same party link in your website and just put all those sales together for one big show for yourself. But you've got 2 different ones going on. Local friends, think of people that live locally to you, and I want you to find 2 people that will host a party and help you get started, okay? As soon as possible, so like within the next 2 weeks. And honestly, if you think about it, how many of us have looked ahead at the weather forecast and said, oh, this weekend's gonna be really, really nice. We should grill out and invite some friends over. And next thing you know, you've got 20 people at your house for a potluck, right? It's not hard to do. A lot of people think that if you're planning a party, you have to do it 2, 3, 4 weeks out and really plan ahead. You don't. It can be a super impromptu party. So keep that in mind and find 2 or 3 friends locally that would be willing to do something like a quick grill out or a happy hour evening, and get them on your calendar. And then I want you to find 2 more people that are long distance, whether they're friends or family or old colleagues, people you know from growing up, acquaintances, it doesn't matter. Find 2 of them that will host a virtual party for you. Okay, so right away you've got 3 cooking shows and 3 virtual parties on your calendar, and you've got your 6 shows ready to go in your first 30 days. Okay. If you need help with those virtual parties, has anybody done a virtual party yet?
I have 2 going on right now.
Excellent.
I've done 2.
Excellent.
They didn't
All
go
right.
very well.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
I did
Okay.
one for myself, and it didn't really go very well. I didn't even hit the 200 in sales.
okay. Do you have a lot of people interacting on your parties?
No, there wasn't that many.
No.
Okay. Were you trying to interact? as the host, or did you have a host who was interacting?
Well, the one not really for me at least. I was trying to do a wedding shower for my cousin, and she said she didn't really anticipate anybody buying, and she was right. But I tried to play all the games and stuff, and no one would answer or do anything. And I was messaging them, having her message them, and it just didn't go well.
I actually completely wiped out last month. I had a friend doing a virtual party. I had my virtual launch party and a physical launch party, and it wasn't going well. We weren't getting any orders, and then I ended up losing my grandma during that time, and everything just kind of went all over the place, and I ended up having to just put in things as separate orders. So I'm trying to use June as the month to kind of get a kickstart and try again and just fresh, clean slate.
Good for you. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma. That's awful.
That's fine.
But yeah, definitely clean slate this month. I love your attitude there. And if it makes you guys all feel better, I too have had the virtual parties that have just nothing happen. It happens sometimes, but some of the best things that you can do to get those parties going, like I said, have a very involved host. Have him or her messaging their friends, sharing their excitement, saying, hey, I invited you to this party because XYZ, I thought of you for this reason. I know you love to grill, and Teresa is going to focus on a lot of grilling things this month, and I thought that you would really, Teresa loves to grill, and I thought that you would really enjoy some of the great new products they have. Or, I just got to see the Rock Crock in person, and it's amazing, and I can't wait for you to learn about it. So some of those personalized messages, other than just, I'm having a show, come check it out, and I don't know what you guys are doing, telling you to reach out, but the more personalized those messages can be, or even quick phone call or text message, something outside of Facebook, will help a lot as well. So don't give up on those. Definitely try them again. For anybody who has not yet done your virtual parties, there are a couple different programs you can use to do all the posting for you, so you don't have to sit there and remember multiple times a day to put in those posts. And if you have not had a chance to learn more about those different options, make sure you talk to your director about it, because there are a few different ones out there and people have their preferences. So go ahead and talk to them. So then you also want to make sure that every show you do, you want to get 2 bookings from every show, every time. Okay, that's your goal. At least. More is always better. Always go for more. But what happens is that every month you are going to have a couple of parties that cancel, that reschedule, that get no sales online. You're going to have a couple every month. Okay, so if you start out with 6 parties, you start out with 6 parties and you book 6 parties off of them, right? So you got 6 parties in June, and then July, because you booked 1 party off of each, and then 2 of them fizzle out, right? And then you book 1 party off of each, and August comes, and 2 of them fizzle out. Now you're only left with 2 parties, okay? And then what happens the next month when 2 parties fizzle out? You're out of business, right? So if you are booking 2 parties with every show that you submit, you will have that first party is to replace the party you just had, and the second one will help you grow your business, and it'll give you that buffer for when things happen. All right, and inevitably we're going to have the months where a lot more of them cancel, and then we'll have the months that we're super duper busy and have great sales because all of them held, and that's okay too, right? None of us are going to complain. All right, so keep that in mind as well. I know there are a bunch of links on the Landy team page in the pinned post. There are a bunch of different links, and I want to make sure that you guys go and check them out. One of them is a tracker for your business. I'm going to get it open here so I can share it with you. One second, it's opening. The best thing that you can do to help get your business growing is to track everything that you do. If you are not a numbers person, become a numbers person. That's my tip. All right, let's see here. All right, can you all see my business tracker? Excellent. This is available in that pinned post. So what you have here is you can every month print this out. Have a couple printed now so you can be looking at 3 or 4 months in advance. All right, and you've got room at the top to write which month it is. And then you want to write down all of your bookings. Okay, and if your goal is 8 shows a month, then you need to be filling in those first 8 lines, right? And then so you can write down who's hosting, what the date is, write down what date it was actually held because that may change, how many people were there, okay, and how many outside orders you got. Now all these goals that are up in green, you can change those, make them whatever works for you and helps you meet your goals with your business. All right, number of bookings, that goal should be at least 2. Took home information, how many people are you going to send home information about the business? All right. In an ideal world, you are offering information to every single person that you talk to at every single party, because you never know who might need it or who might want it or who might need it and their friends don't know they need it. Okay. So make sure you're sending home information and schedule time with those people to sit and chat and talk more about the business, and make a note of when you have those interviews, how many people you signed. Make sure you're offering. How many of you were hosts with Pampered Chef before you became consultants? Did anybody ever host a party? Yeah? Okay.
I'd been to a ton of parties, but I'd never physically hosted one.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And I'm in your boat, Grace. I'd been to a million and I hadn't hosted until my launch party. But that's the first person you want to think of as your host, because they obviously love the product, right? They love the product and they love having a good time with friends because they're inviting you into their home to have a cooking show. So you want to make sure that you're asking them. And then you have a column so you can keep track of your sales and then any other notes you want to take. Okay. You can print this out every month and really keep track of what your business is doing and how it is growing. Okay. All right. And I should be back now. All right. So the other thing that you want to get is make sure that you guys have a spiral notebook. Get a little notebook, get something pretty, get something cheap and simple. It doesn't matter, but get yourself a notebook that you are going to use for your business. All right. And you want to use that to keep track of all of the people that you contact. All right. You can keep separate books, one for people that you want to ask to join your team and one for people that you want to ask about hosting a show, or you can keep one book that you keep all of that information in there. But you want to have a way of tracking, and especially when you're brand new, I suggest that you take that book and check in with your director once a week and just share who you've been contacting, who you've been talking to, and how those calls have been going. The most successful consultants are making at least 15 contacts a week. All right. So on weekdays, that's 3 calls a day.
Sorry, what'd you say?
The most successful consultants are making 15 contacts a week. All right. So 3 calls a day. Now a contact, what does that mean? That means you're having a 2-way conversation with somebody. That conversation can be over the phone. It can be in person. It can be through text message. It can be through Facebook message, however you interact with somebody. But it only counts as a contact if they respond to you and you guys have a 2-way conversation. Otherwise, it's just you leaving a message, okay? Now, being brand new, for those of you who really want to jumpstart your business and get going, double that or even triple that, okay? That 15 contacts a week, that's 3 contacts a day. For those of us who work full-time, in theory, it's pretty easy on your lunch break to call 3 people quick, right? And you might end up leaving them a message and call them back later. Or think about your commute on the way home from work. Perhaps you have those 3 people's numbers all ready to go in your notebook, and you can call those 3 people while you're sitting in traffic on your way home, okay? It's easy to fit those 3 in, especially when you only do 3 a day. Now, like I said, brand new consultants and those of you who want to really jumpstart your business and want to get it going, double that or triple that for a little while and really get your business off to a great start, and you'll be forever thankful. Okay? And a contact is also somebody that's specifically talk, like, I call up Teresa and just say, hey, how's it going? How's life? And she says, oh, what are you up to? Oh, I'm with Pampered Chef now. Oh, okay, cool. That's not a contact because we didn't really talk about, hey, I started my Pampered Chef business. I know you love to cook. How would you feel about getting some friends together and I can teach you a really great fajita recipe that's done in 13 minutes in the microwave? That is a contact where you're actually having a conversation, asking a question about your business is your contact. That's when you can contact or learn more about the business. All right, so now we go back to our Recipe for Success book. And if you go to page 12, look at this. Page 12 has a really great format here, a layout to help you get started and think of 1.5 million people to call, all right? So these people, you can start writing them in this book here, or else start writing these people's names in your notebook. And just sit down, and the first category is friends. College friends, couples, social circles, great. Take your notebook and just start writing down everyone you can think of. Don't prejudge. Don't think about, oh, I don't know, maybe she would like to have a party, maybe not. Don't think about that. Just think of people you know, okay? That's your goal at this point, is just to make a list of people you know. Scroll through your phone, scroll through Facebook to help, spark ideas. But go through every single one of these and write down every single person you know for every single category. And that right there gives you that start of who to call when you want to make those 3 contacts a day. And you can just start by going straight down your list. Unless you have a couple people in mind you want to call first, otherwise just go straight down your list, okay? Has anybody started making a list like this yet?
The second day on the job, so no.
Okay.
I started making a list because we're going to have a 20 contact blitz on Thursday, but I only have 16 people.
Pull this out. You'll get more. You'll get more.
Oh, that's as many people as I have cell phone numbers for.
Okay. But Facebook, do you have more than 16 friends on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys know what green dotting is? Green dotting is a term we use. When you go onto your Facebook page, like more when you're on a computer or laptop, you open up Facebook and you've got your little chat window, and then there's those little green dots next to people.
Mm-hmm.
That green dot means they are currently sitting on Facebook staring at Facebook. So if they have a green dot next to their name and you send them a message right now, it is going to pop up right in front of their face and they're going to see it. Boom, message. Okay. So when you're green dotting, that means you're messaging some of those people that are logged on right now. Okay. So when it comes to your blitz on Thursday and you're making some phone calls and sending some text messages, also take a look at Facebook and see who is on right now and contact them.
Okay.
All right. And you know what? Don't wait till Thursday. You can start sending some messages after this call. All right. You don't have to wait. But that's a really great way to find some more contacts too if you don't have a phone number. All right. Do all of you have a calendar that you use to organize your business?
Yes.
I have Google.
Excellent. It can be electronic. It can be paper. I also have a Google Calendar, but then I also have this beast that I use. I'm one of those people who has to have both. It's so annoying. But I want you guys to go through and look at your calendar and highlight or circle or mark the days that you want to have parties. There are some people that say, I only do parties on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Easy. Teresa, for you using an electronic calendar, that's very easy to just go in there and block off, 6 to 9, create an event on all those days that from 6 to 9 p.m. you want to have a party and label it open with big, bold letters so that when it comes up on your calendar, you see that that date is open. And then you can just change the name to whoever your host is going to be when you fill it. Okay. Otherwise, those paper calendars, get out a physical highlighter and highlight the days that you want to work. I'll show you my calendar. I have one of those weird things where I can only use pencil in my calendar. One of those weird people. So I circle the number of the day. You can see my circles everywhere. I circle the days that I am available for parties. Okay. That also gives me a little bit of flexibility. If I know that I only want to work one weekend throughout the month, I can pick which weekend's going to be my working weekend. But if someone comes to me and says, hey, I'd really like to have a party on the 25th, and I've marked the 11th off as my working weekend, if I haven't scheduled anything for the 25th or the 11th, having pencil means I can erase the 11th and make my working weekend the 25th instead, if I so choose. All right. Bit of advice, especially for those of you who have families and they expect to see you once in a while. It's so tempting, especially when you're brand new. When someone says, oh, can you do Saturday the 11th? You go, sure. And then someone says, oh, can you do Saturday the 18th? You go, sure. And someone else says, can you do Saturday the 25th? You go, sure. And you're so excited. You have all these parties. And now you're working every single weekend and your family never sees you. Okay? So make a weekend your working weekend. And what I like to do is when I have a working weekend is I do one party Friday night. I do 2 Saturday and 2 Sunday. I do like a brunch and dinner both of those days. And then I have a little bit of time in between to either stop home and have lunch or go get an errand or 2 done or something. But then when you do a working weekend like that, you've got 5 shows out of the way in 3 days. And if your goal is 6 to 8 shows a month and you get 5 of them out of the way in 3 days, how great is that? Rebecca, how long do my home parties usually last? Excellent question. Some people's parties are, an hour and a half to 2 hours. Mine are longer. Mine are closer to 3 hours, but I spend a lot of time mingling and chatting and building relationships with people. In general, the shorter the better. Short and sweet is what everybody recommends, and it is one of my goals is to shorten my show. But I would say like 2 hours would be a fair thing to tell somebody when they say, how long does your party last? Great question, Rebecca. All right. So for those, has anybody started marking off on their calendars working dates?
Yes.
Excellent. Casey's done that. Perfect. Now, what do you guys do if, say I have this Thursday, well, you guys are doing your booking thing, but say I've got this Thursday marked off as a working night and Thursday comes along and I don't have a show because one never got scheduled that day. What do I do Thursday night?
I do
Contacts.
parties.
Exactly. Your family is already expecting you to be working that night. So take an hour and go lock yourself in your office or your basement or your bedroom or wherever you need to go and just spend an hour making a few phone calls so that you are getting some business in that night. Okay? Some really great places to go get some wording training for wording for shows, wording for bookings, for asking for recruits. Check out PC University. Has everybody been introduced to PC University? Okay. If you have not, Jennifer, reach out to your director. Jennifer, who's your director?
Donna.
Or who's your upline?
Donna Landing.
Okay, Donna. Hey, Donna, show me where PCU is. And she'll show you. But basically, if you log into your website, and I know you're brand new, just like 2 days old, we'll give her a break on you. If you log into your website and go to Consultants Corner, you'll see right on your homepage in that upper left area, there's those couple of, or actually, no, I think it's right in the upper right, isn't it, that they show it to you? Hold on, go into my homepage. But yeah, you go to Consultants Corner, log in, and yep, right at the top, right underneath the search bar is a big orange box that says new consultants, start here or get a refresher, check it out. Click on that, go to PC University. There are tons and tons of different kinds of training in there on every single topic you could possibly imagine, and it's all available 24/7.
Okay.
So it's really, when you are up in the middle of the night feeding that baby and you need something to keep you awake in that rocking chair, pull it up on your phone and watch a training. Jennifer's laughing because she remembers those days.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Some things to remember when you're talking to people and booking those parties. You want to ask in a way that requires a response. So if I say, hey, Jennifer, what would you think of getting some friends together for fajitas and margaritas? And Jennifer says, I'll think about it. If I say, okay, let me know. Is Jennifer ever going to let me know? No. So Jennifer says, I'll think about that. And I'm going to say, okay, you think about it. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow and check in. Or, you know what? It sounds like you would really enjoy that. Your friends would enjoy it. Let's pencil in a date. This is why I use pencil. We'll pencil in a date, share the exciting news, the event with all of your friends. And, you know, if we really have to change the date, we will. But let's get penciled in and let's get started and let's get planning. And once you get those RSVPs out, you know, you get the invites out, that date is set, you know. So start on that right away. Okay? Things you can say. You know, just call someone up and say, you know, hey, Donna, I'm really excited because I just gotten started with Pampered Chef, and I would love for you to be one of my first hosts. I thought of you because, fill in the blank, all right? I thought of you because, you know, I thought of you because you absolutely love to grill. You and your husband spend a lot of time outside in the summer grilling. I just lost track of what I was saying. I thought it'd be because you love to grill. You love being outside, and we have this brand new product, brand new to me, you know, called the Rock Crock that you can use out on the grill. And I learned some really great recipes for it. What do you think about getting some friends together for a fun party, and I can show you some of these recipes? All right. And when they say, oh yeah, it sounds great, you know, I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you get started. Say, great. I'd so appreciate it. Let's compare calendars. What would be better, a weekday or a weekend? Now, some people don't work weekends. You guys don't have to if you don't want to. I don't do weekends really in the summer with the exception of bridal showers, okay? Because people travel. And so you can just say, hey, what weekday is best for you? You know, and maybe they'll say, well, Mondays tend to be the best. Great. My next available Monday is Monday, June 27th. What do you think? Okay. And when somebody says, you know, I'm really not interested in a party, you can just say, I understand. Would you be interested in attending a party in the future? You know, I'm having my grand opening party coming up next week on the 20th, and I'm going to have a bunch of really great giveaways for you, and I would love for you to bring a friend or two that I don't know. And, you know, if somebody's not into hosting, they'll probably say, sure, I would love to come. Great. Okay. If you get a no, if you're going to get no's, okay? It's going to happen. Some things that you want to make sure you say is relate to that person. Just say, I understand how you feel, okay? If someone says, I don't have any time, I'm too busy. Well, you know, I understand how you feel. I'm constantly wondering how I can fit another thing in. But what I found is that having a Pampered Chef party is perfect for the busy person. All you have to do is invite a few friends over. We'll pick up a few ingredients. You guys can taste a new recipe and visit with your friends. What do you think about a girls' night out party? Okay. Or, you know, I've tried having parties before, but no one comes. Again, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I hosted parties in the past. But what I found is that when you invite your friends and family and then ask them to bring one or two friends, then you end up with a nice crowd and a really great party. Okay. What about if my house is too small? Again, there's a common theme. Ready? I understand how you feel. I have hosts that felt the same way, but they have found that they don't need much room at all. We just need one little table to work around. And my most successful parties are done in small apartments or small homes. Do you have a small table or island that we can work around? Most people have, you know, a kitchen counter. Okay. Otherwise, you can say, you know, I understand how you feel. I've had hosts that felt the same way, but what they found was that they usually could find a friend that would allow them to host at their house. Do you have a friend that would like to co-host the show with you?
I've actually had people do that.
Yep, absolutely. Me too. My show to Friday night is at the host mom's house. Okay. All right. So some things that you absolutely need to make sure you do if you have not done them yet. Go to the Pampered Chef website. Make sure you get your website set up, get your order payment account set up, and your direct deposit set up. All right. If you have not done those things, I know probably a few of you have done that already if you've been putting in shows. If you've done that, great. If you have not, when you log into Consultants Corner to set up the payment account and direct deposit, there is a link at the top that says Business Center. Scroll down to Financial Information. You'll find it there. Okay. Make sure you set up your website so people can order online. That is, when you log in, click on your name in the upper left. Mine says, hi, Rachel. And then you just click on Manage Personal Website, and you can set it up right there. Watch videos on PCU. There are videos to show you how to set up a show, place an order. Okay. There's also a bunch of training videos on that pin post in the Landy Team Facebook page. Make sure that you are updating your email and your phone. Put in your signature of your email that you are a Pampered Chef Consultant. Change your voicemail. Mine says, "Hi, this is Rachel Hanson with Pampered Chef." You know, just add that in there. People call you and leave you a message, then they'll know. Host coaching, working with your hosts ahead of the parties. You'll find a ton of great information on that in PC University as well. The Landy Chef Team Facebook page, again, that pin post, there's a ton of great resources for all of these topics as well. The other thing that we highly suggest you do is talk to your upline or your director specifically and try to attend a couple of their shows. If you can attend 3 of their shows and just watch and learn, you're going to see all sorts of things. You'll see the shows that have, maybe you'll see a show that's got 20 guests there. Maybe you'll see a show that has 2. Okay, but it'll help you get an idea of how to work your business and how to respond in different situations. Okay, that is the best training available, is being able to attend parties with others. But there are a ton of videos you can watch as well if that is not super feasible for you. All right, and make sure you guys are talking to your directors. All right, they are there for you. It is never, ever, ever a bother to us for you guys to message us and ask a question or ask for help. Okay, that is why we are here. Okay. So when you come home from a show and you had a really great show, message us and just say, "Oh my gosh, Rachel, I just got home from this party and I have 3 bookings and 3 people who took home information about the business. And we are going to be so excited for you." And likewise, if you have a party that really was tough, tell us and let's talk about it and see how we can help make it better next time. Okay. So those are some tips for you guys to get started. Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
Like, I live up here in New York at Fort Drum because my husband's in the Army, and most of my friends that I know are back home in Missouri. And, they can not answer and look at the messages or whatnot. And so a lot of them aren't answering me about parties and stuff. Is there anything I should do differently?
I guess it kind of depends on what your message is saying. Is your message, is it very obvious that it's a copy and pasted and sent out to a bunch of people message, or is it personalized for every single person that you're talking to?
Usually, I haven't contacted a lot of people yet, but I made a group of 2 friends that I know are really close back home, and we're all friends together. And I asked them if they wanted to co-host a party when I come home this summer, and they both read it and just ignored it.
Okay. Those kind of instances, do you have dates in your mind already of when you're going to be home?
Yeah.
Perfect. Did you mention those dates to them yet?
No.
Okay. So I would maybe follow up and just say, "Hey, I know everyone's busy. I just wanted to check in. I'm going to be home July 18th, 22nd. I've got Wednesday night open the 20th. What do you think about getting all the friends together, having a good old time? Because I miss hanging out with you guys." Okay. Give them a date and start from there. And also think in the back of your mind, just keep this in your mind, is how many of us have gotten a voicemail or a text message or a Facebook message or something, and we look at it or we listen to it and say, "Oh, I'll have to take care of that later."
Yeah.
And then forget. Okay? So don't take it personally. Sometimes people ignore us, okay? But sometimes they just plain forgot. Or they read the message quick, or they saw it popped up, and then they had to go take care of a baby.
Okay.
So don't let that get to you. But don't, give it a little bit of time and then just check in with them and kind of come in from a totally different avenue. And when you suggest a date, what you were saying is kind of like what I went back to before. And you kind of left it open-ended, right? It was kind of like the, hey, let me know type thing. And remember, you want to have that two-way conversation. So when you give them those solid dates and say, here are the dates I'm going to be home, I would love to get together Wednesday night. Does that work for you?
Okay.
Right now you've got a solid question that they can really answer, and you can start that conversation. So give that a try and see if that helps.
Okay.
Excellent question. Who else has a question?
I do. Last night I had a party and it was pretty successful. About 8 people didn't show, so I sent them a message, a very personalized email to each of them that didn't come. So when they click on the link, I guess Donna's made it a link to the party.
Yes.
I mean, they can order and it will go straight to the party, or?
Yes. So once you have your personal website set up, and it's pamperedchef.biz / whatever.
Yeah.
They can go directly to your website and they can search for party in the upper right-hand corner, or that direct link that Donna helped you create will go right to the party. And when they click on that link initially, it'll say, oh, welcome to Jennifer's online party, or whatever you had it say. And then when they start shopping, they will see a little note that says, this order is being placed on Jennifer's party. And they will get an email that says, thank you for ordering on Jennifer's party. And every time an online order comes in, you're going to get an email and say, Rebecca added an order to Jennifer's party. Okay?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. But it should be pretty fluid for you there.
Okay.
It should work pretty well.
Yeah. I just hadn't seen any, so I didn't know, if I would be notified, I guess.
Yep, you will.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
When you recruit 5 people and you reach your director status, if say those 5 people don't stay active, do you still keep your director status?
Yes. As long as to keep your director status, your team needs to be doing $5,000 in sales every month.
Okay.
Now, that first month, when you qualify as a team, you say, this is the month we are doing it. We are going to qualify as a director team. You need to have those 5 people under you. And every single one of those 5 people has to put in at least 1 show. And then everybody has that together, you included. So there's 6 of you now, you plus those 5. All 6 of you together put in at least $5,000 in sales. And that's how you promote. And then after that, you just have to keep that $5,000 in sales. And there's a minimum, and then it's $750 that has to be yours. But yeah, in theory, if all of them decided they were done and you had $5,000 in sales every month, you're still a director. It is a lot easier if you have more people on your team helping you reach that goal, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you do it yourself, you get a nice, better paycheck.
Sorry. All right, what other questions do you have?
How would you approach just like random people about having parties, or just kind of like getting yourself out there a little bit more? Because I know that Teresa and we share a lot of the same friends, because we also did Girl Scouts together. And so I know we're running into, all of our friends know each other, or they know Erin, and Erin's our director, and they've already booked with Erin at the same time.
Okay. Find yourself some vendor events, okay? There are a ton of festivals and community events and things happening this summer, okay? People fundraising because they're doing some sort of a fun run, or they're fundraising like Relay for Life or a cancer run or something. Art fairs, craft fairs. Go to your Chamber of Commerce page. Keep an eye out. I know locally here we've got a Facebook page that is just for people that are looking for vendors for different events. And do a bunch of vendors, get yourself out there. Claudia is a great person to talk to about how to maximize those vendor events, because that is how she went from 0 to amazing and a half in the last year and a half after moving over here, okay, from Korea. So she is great for those tips as well. But just get out there, find them, sign up for them. And the most important part is to be social and proactive and talking to people and building relationships at the event, and then following up with them within 24 to 48 hours. If you don't follow up, If you don't follow up with people you meet at a vendor event, the whole event was worthless, right? Because you got nothing out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
Okay.
would be my tip for you guys to get out of your circle, is to go and do some of these events. And if you need help, again, talk to your directors, talk to Claudia, talk to Donna. Erin is new to the director world, so she may not know a whole lot about where to find them yet, but definitely talk to Claudia and Donna. They can help you guys for sure.
Okay.
What else?
So I'm waiting for my box to come in or my kit. How long does that usually take?
A couple of days, girl, really fast. It'll probably take an extra day or two for you. We are spoiled here in Wisconsin, where we're 2 hours away, so something ships and we get it the next morning. But I think, I don't know, does anybody know what is the shipping time out there? 2 or 3 days? 3 or 4 days from home office?
Me a week here in New York.
Oh, is it really a week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, about a week.
Oh, wow.
Friday, and I'm getting it tomorrow.
Okay. Wow.
I
Okay.
would suggest a really good thing I did. It was so much fun. Was open your kit live.
Yes, that was you that did that. I heard about that. That was so fun.
It was so much fun. But I've done it before. This is my 3rd time selling Pampered Chef, so I know what the products are, and I've used them for years. So it was a little bit easier for me to explain like what certain things do real quick in a like a blitz type thing. So
Awesome.
You
And
just-
you know what?
Or you
What's that?
pulled them out? I was wondering if she just pulled them out of the box or pulled them out and used them right away.
no, I just pulled them out of the box and I showed them up to the camera and I was like, this is good for this and this and this, and I really I make this on this and or whatnot.
How did you rig it? Was it through this Zoom thing or something else? Or
No, on Facebook there's a live button. Like if you click on your status, there's a whole bunch of little things at the bottom that says you can do this, this, and this. Like your
Okay.
feelings, your activity. You click on live, like do a countdown. In 2 hours, I'm going to go live. In an hour, I'm going to go live. 30 minutes, I'm going live, and then just go live, and wait for a couple people to join, and then just start cut open your box and start opening it.
yeah, cool.
I had about 48 views, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Cool.
48. And Claudia uses it a lot, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Claudia goes live all the time.
I'm trying to do it more because people love it. People love it. But yeah, Jennifer, if you get your box and you don't know what all those things are in the box, that's okay. You know, you are a new consultant. You are not expected to know everything right out of the box, right? And that also shows other people that you don't need to know everything right away, okay? So pull those things out and pull it out and be like, oh, brownie pan. I don't really like corner pieces. I'm going to have to figure out something to do with this, but I've heard there's a lot of great recipes. Set it aside, you know? It's okay to admit that you don't necessarily know what you're going to do with it yet, but be bringing it out and showing it off. And you know what? You may very well find if you've got a bunch of people watching you unpack this live and you take this brownie pan out and you say, hey guys, anybody in live land who has a brownie pan, what should I do with this thing? Now you're going to get people talking and interacting. And then, you know, Teresa's going to jump on and say, oh my gosh, I make mini meatloafs. I make little corn dogs for my kids. I make little quiches. And then Casey's going to jump on and go, oh my gosh, Teresa, that sounds awesome. Jennifer, can you get me a brownie pan? Right?
Right.
Good.
So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask your audience for help and suggestions.
Makes you relatable.
For sure. And I do that a lot at shows. And let me tell you, I forget the names of products all the time. And I pick it up and I say, well, we've got this thing. It chops and stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Who can find it in the catalog? Who's got one? Who can remind me? And then they laugh. We all laugh because, oh, the consultant doesn't know what she's doing. But, you know, again, like you said, Casey, it makes you relatable. It makes you human. It makes our job look not ridiculously difficult because it's not. All right.
Okay.
All right. What other questions do you have?
Do you take like everything you own to a show?
Do I take everything I own to a show? No. I take what I need for the recipe and that's it.
Okay, good. That's what I was thinking about doing. I can't imagine taking 3 boxes every time I go somewhere.
Ew.
We'd all be hauling totes at that point.
Yeah.
I would have to fill my entire car. Do you know how early I'd have to be to unpack all that? I would not want to unpack my entire kitchen every time I go to a show. No, I take the products that I need for the recipe, and every once in a while I bring a couple other bonus products, okay? The things that are on special for the guests, okay? If there's something really exciting coming up on that's on special for hosts or coming up on special that I really want to make sure people see in person, maybe I'll throw that in my bag. But that's it.
Okay. Good.
And here's a tip. If any of you want to try doing the 2 shows in a day, you know, the brunch and the dinner show, aim to do the same recipes at both shows. Aha! Because then you can just wash your dishes and you're all packed and ready for the next show. Okay. Or a similar enough recipe that you can use mostly the same product and only have to pack a couple extra things. Okay, so like if you do your brunch, you could do like a stuffed braided bread. Like there's a bunch of different recipes out there. Maybe some of you guys have done them before, but you can do that just right on your stone. And you can do in the morning, you could stuff it with like scrambled eggs and sausage, or you could do the chicken club brunch braid. And then at your evening party, do a pizza on that same stone using a lot of the same product, okay? But you still have a brunch recipe and a dinner recipe with a lot of the same products. So you don't have to unpack and repack in the middle of the day.
That's good.
I have found plenty of people that are happy to do fajitas and margaritas at 10 a.m., let me tell you. So don't worry about that either. All right, any other questions?
So if I haven't even done a party yet, I mean, I sort of did my launch party last night, but do I just go pick 1 or 2 recipes, try to master them, and then just say, okay, this is what I got that I can do coming up? You know?
Absolutely. And there's even things like, I love showing off chicken in the rock crock, okay? Every time I do a chicken recipe in the rock crock, I sell rock crocks because people are terrified of chicken done in the microwave. And when you can show them that it's juicy and delicious and tender and 15 minutes or less, you sell those babies like crazy. So chicken in the rock crock can be chicken that you're going to cook up and then put in one of your stuffed rings, or chicken that you're going to cook up and chop up with your salad choppers and then make a barbecue sauce right in there over the stove and make chicken barbecue sliders. Or you can put your chicken in there with onions and peppers and chipotle rub and garlic and oil, and after it's done cooking, drain off the broth and chop it up and you have fresh fajitas. Okay, but I'm doing a chicken recipe. Almost every show I do a chicken in the rock crock recipe. And that's why, because for me it sells rock crocks.
I need to get a rock crock.
You need to get a rock crock.
I do.
That
I
should
was
be
only able to get the cheap kit. We did the new trial kits, the 3 different ones, you know, and I got the cheapest one there was. So.
And that's okay. When you have a party that is under your name, then you can get that half off. All right. Any other questions?
It's not. Do you usually pay for all the supplies, or you know, how do you tell your host, could you please buy 3 chicken breasts and salad and all this other junk? How do you tell your hostess that?
Well, you know, I worded it a little differently. No, what I just say, when we're talking about how a party works, is I just say, you know, the way I like to run parties is that we'll sit down, we'll come up with a theme together. I'll ask you to pick up all the ingredients, and I will bring all the product to make our recipe. We'll cook together, and I will take the whole mess home with me. Okay. So
I also offer dessert.
Okay. Yep. That's another thing a lot of people do. You can also say something like, you know, if you have 12 or 15 people RSVP'd, you know, whatever suits you and your goals, you know, if you have 12 or 15 people RSVP'd by Tuesday for our Thursday show, I will bring all the ingredients to add on a dessert. Okay. And do you know how easy it is? Get your rock crack. A cake, just a regular box cake, can be done in the rock crack in 8 minutes in the microwave.
Wow.
I love it.
Easy, easy, easy. Okay. So it doesn't have to be, and those ingredients are cheap, right? Or there's all those recipes on Pinterest and Facebook where you have the box of cake mix and the can of soda and you mix them together, different flavors. Do that. Super
I've been
easy.
making pop cake for years.
There you go. But have you been doing it in the microwave in your rock
I
crack?
have not. I've been doing it in the deep covered baker.
See, and that works too. You bring your deep cover baker and use that for your 8-minute cake for sure. For sure. Now, if you have a host, Jennifer, who is worried about the cost of the ingredients, there are plenty of recipes out there that are very minimal in cost. There's 2-minute decadent dips that are dessert dips. There's 3-minute dips, which are more savory appetizer type dips. The cucumber lime dip uses 5 ingredients and they're all cheap. They're all things that most of us have in our kitchen and pantry anyway. So think about some of those recipes. Again, fajita margaritas is my go-to, but that is, a few more ingredients plus the beer and tequila can add up. Most people don't even worry about it because they're like, fajitas and margaritas sounds awesome. Let's do it. But for somebody that's maybe concerned about the price, offer up some of those smaller menus. Or if you want to offer to bring the ingredients, be smart about it and do, a couple of dips, an appetizer dip and a dessert dip that are minimal, easy ingredients that you probably have sitting in your pantry anyway.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Okay.
But yes, learn a couple of recipes and learn them well and just do those
Okay.
over and over. Become a master at cooking chicken in your rock crack. And there's so many variations you can do with.
Is there anything else you can cook it in the microwave so it'll be just as quick or no? Because I don't have the rock crock yet either.
If you have the deep covered baker or the round covered baker, you can do the chicken in the rock crack, the chicken in the microwave. Otherwise, pick a recipe that works well for you on the products that you have.
Yeah. Okay.
There are starter recipes too, right, online.
Yep, there are starter recipes online. Your kit should have also come with some recipes that are great recipes to start with. Something as simple as nachos, guys. There are so many fun little tools and gadgets you can show off with different veggies to make nachos. And everybody loves nachos.
And in your kit, it'll come with a recipe that'll go with the products in your kit.
Oh,
Exactly.
good. Okay.
I did the chicken nachos like 3 times now, and it's still delicious for me.
I just tried the Mile High nachos on the grill, and they were amazing. Amazing.
Okay, that sounds good. Easy.
For sure. All right. What else? Anything else, you guys? Burning questions? You guys had a lot of great questions tonight. Fabulous. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then I am going to thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Hopefully it was beneficial for you. Hopefully you took a couple notes or have a couple of ideas of where to start. Feel a little oomph to get going. And I'll let you guys get back to your families this evening. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out on the different Facebook pages, message your directors, your uplines, other consultants. You've got a ton of really great people on your teams that have a lot of really great strengths. So if there's a question, there's something that you need help with, we'll help get you hooked up with somebody that has really good experience and can help you out. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys all for joining us. Have a really great evening, okay?
Thank
Okay.
you.
You too.
Thank you.
Calendars. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.